Happy Wednesday, everyone. Please keep your mics on mute until you hear your docket call. Once you hear your docket call, you will hear a brief description of your docket this morning. Then you will be asked to be sworn in. You'll be sworn in by the chairman. And after then, you will be giving your testimony. If you are present in room 514 this morning, make sure your cell phones is on airplane mode or silent. When your docket is called, you're going to come up to the table, press the red button in front of you until it turns green, and then you'll be able to give your testimony. Mr. Chairman, you can go ahead and start with the preamble.
In compliance with notification requirements of Ohio's open meeting law and section 101.021 of the codified ordinances of Cleveland, Ohio, 1976, notice of this meeting has been publicly posted. All boards and commissions under the purview of the City Planning Department conduct their meetings according to Robert's Rules of Order. Actions during the meeting will be taken by voice vote. Abstentions from any vote due to a conflict of interest should be stated for the record before the taking of any vote. In order to ensure that everyone participating in the meeting has the opportunity to be heard, we ask that you use the raise hand feature before asking a question or making a comment. The raise hand feature can be found in the participants panel on the desktop, and mobile versions and activated by clicking the hand icon. Please wait for the chair or facilitator to recognize you and be sure to select unmute and announce yourself before you speak. When finished speaking, please lower your hand by clicking on the raise hand icon again and mute your microphone. We will also use the chat feature to communicate with participants. The chat feature can be activated by clicking the chat button located at the bottom of the WebEx screen. All meeting activity has been recorded by way of the WebEx platform. These proceedings are also being live streamed by way of YouTube. All requests to speak on a particular matter by way of our website and email have been considered. We have also received emails from those who have provided written comments on a particular matter. Mr. Gates.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. This is Russ Gates from the City Law Department. Preliminarily, the live stream, can we verify that the live stream is on and functioning?
Through the chair to Mr. Gates, yes.
Thank you. The chat function, as the Law Department has done since these public meetings have gone virtual and/or hybrid, states its objection to the use of the chat function. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Davis.
Mr. Bradley,
Here.
Mr. Maschke,
Here.
Mr. Dink,
Here.
Mr. Gallagher.
Here.
We have a quorum.
The first docket, building docket A 205-25, 4104 Whitman Avenue.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is a condemnation of the main structure, issued July 14th of 2025. Appeal was received August 14th, 2025, requesting for 6 months to complete abatement of the violations. Present for today's hearing, Assistant Chief Building Official Glenn Murray, Dan Jacobson, and Russ Gates, Code Enforcement, Department of Law. Will the applicant or his or her attorney and/or representative please state your first and last name and your relationship to the property for the record?
Good morning, everybody. Philip Chancholo for SFN Holdings, LLC, owners.
Okay, Mr. Chincello, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth?
Yes, I do.
Okay, go ahead and proceed.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you in advance for your time and meeting this morning. I apologize I couldn't be there in person. Basically, long story short, we purchased this property a while back with the intent to remodel it. The property itself has sat there in that condition for what I can tell so far for about 25 years. So we purchased it with the, with the intent to remodel it to the standards of, not making it a blight on the community. There's some nice houses being developed there and such as that. I mean, the simple truth is we ran into some financial difficulties, as some people did in the last couple of years with the rising interest rates and all that. And that's why, we had a problem with squatters. We did have the property boarded up at once. The squatters took it down and moved in. When we met the inspectors there, they were able to see that there were squatters and things like that. So they caused some further damages to the property. Basically, we are closing on a deal in 2 weeks that's going to net us about $100,000 and allow us to move forward with this. So I'm not asking for removal of the abatement demands, but I am requesting 60 days to get the property boarded up and a new roof on. It's just a matter of funding. It's not a matter of not leaving it done. We have had landscapers going by there. I know that particular neighborhood, a lot of the community likes to get involved. So we're trying to keep them happy. There is a $335,000 mortgage on the property. So if we demolish it, that's going to set off a whole other, because I'm sure my lender will try and get involved with his attorneys as well. So we're just respectfully requesting a 60-day extension to be put on the next meeting, and show you that we can get the property boarded up and a roof on the property and start getting it beautified the way it should be.
So your request is for, you're looking for what, you said 60 days?
60 days. We're closing on that deal in about 15 days where we're going to get the 100,000. Then we're going to need time to, I mean, even if it's less, even if it's 30 or 45 days, we could probably make that work, but we do want to get the property boarded up. I mean, nobody wants to knock down a historical structure. Or I imagine nobody wants to knock down a beautiful house in a historical structure that's 140 years old. When it still has the ability to be brought back to life, sir.
Okay, so your plans are to rehab, to bring it out of condemnation, and you're saying that you'll be able to do that within 60 days. Is saying you'll be able to pull permits and go on with the process.
Yes, sir. We already actually have plans drawn up on the house. We just didn't submit them yet, but they're already planned. So yes, our goal is that. It's just been a matter of money. So it took a little while, houses, because of the interest rates on some of our other investments, took longer to flip. But now we actually have 2 of them under contract. So even if one fails, the other one's going to have money, but we'll definitely have the money to pull the permits and submit the plans and, get those squatters out. But most importantly, I know the community wants it blocked up because nobody wants squatters, which technically, even though it's condemned, I don't think squatters can even be there. Once the building's condemned, but yeah, so I'm not asking for removal of these, I'm not disputing them. I'm just asking for 60 days to get this done, so we don't have to demolish or end up demolishing a historical home.
How soon can you board it up?
Board up, I can get done the next 10 to 14 days.
Okay.
The problem in Cleveland is it's so cold. Finding laborers, last minute to do that is a little bit of a problem when it's been snowing and things like that. But we can get it boarded up. But the problem is, I think I would need to call the police because I think the squatters are still there.
Okay.
So obviously I can't, that would be illegal for me to board it up with that. And then somehow I get arrested for kidnapping or whatever they want to call it, for locking them in there. But they seem to keep getting back in. But, since it's condemned, I believe the city, I can call the police and they will remove people without a formal eviction process.
Okay. Mr. Murray.
Mr. Chairman, to the appellant, again, how long have you owned the property?
A year. And we did do interior removal and things like that, and then we ran into financial issues.
We're getting a back. We're gonna need for you to turn something off.
I don't know if that's me, but is that better?
No, it's still reverbing.
Because I'm getting it on your end when you guys talk.
Okay, maybe it's at the office. Okay, Mr. Murray.
Mr. Chairman, did the appellant say a year?
He said 60 days in order to, oh, no, you asked the question, how long have they owned? And I think he did say a year.
Okay. Mr. Chairman, first, the building department would have no objection to 6 months. However, there was a permit pulled in 24 to do this work. And because the property is in a landmarks district, there was a finding from April 11, 2024. Is this Mr. Ciancolo we're speaking with?
That's who you were speaking with before.
Okay. All
Okay.
right. Well, he was. Is he the applicant in this particular?
I think he's the attorney.
Ciancolo, yes.
No, I'm the owner. We went before. That was part of the problem too, is that it took several months because it was a historical status. We had to get the initial plans reviewed, and I believe it was Dan. I believe his name is Dan Brown. I apologize. Went back and forth. We did go before the board, showing our interest to remodel the property. They did come to certain agreements. That was also some of the issue, is that some of their requirements were things such as fiberglass windows or original wood windows, which added about $20,000-$30,000 to the cost when we were ready to do regular windows, which is fine. I mean, that's their standards. And then instead of allowing us to put a asphalt roof on, they want a particular color and things like that. But, we have gone before the board. We have cleared the historical district's requirements. So that's not something we have to worry about on our end, as they've already approved the designs and the stipulations that they're requesting.
Mr. Chairman, as I said, the building department would have no objection. There's already a permit application that's in the process. It's B24007477, and it appears to be by the same entity. And they have in fact been through Landmarks, and Landmarks has made a list of requirements that they're going to require before they issue the certificate of appropriateness. So we would ask, because there's already an open permit, that they complete the Landmarks process and get that certificate of appropriateness, and then we will let them continue on the originally applied permit, so they don't have to go through the permitting and zoning process again. But we do need them to clear up the requests on this letter from Landmarks dated April 14, 2024. That will get them their certificate of appropriateness. And that certificate of appropriateness will in turn let us issue this permit.
Okay, so time-wise, to get that done, they need a board up here also. They don't think they can get that done for maybe 14 days. And so we can give them 2 weeks to do the board up, and then 30 days to get the Landmarks approval.
I think that sounds reasonable.
Okay, so a motion is in order.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, go ahead, Mr.
before
Mansky.
we make a motion, I'm in favor of everything I've heard. My only caveat is they're waiting on financing. They're going to board up this building, and then they're going to take care of that. But when is the project going to be completed? I understand they need some time to get going, but when is the project going to be completed? I think we should have a date certain on when it's completed, and if they don't meet that, we remand it back to the city.
I think 6 months is what they were asking.
Yeah, that great question. The first question is, the first thing is we want to focus on it not being a blight or an eyesore. So while we do think it's going to take 6 months to finish the project, our goal is to start from the outside in. So starting with at least a new roof, and because the wood siding is so damaged on that house, we're probably gonna have to go with the as required by the historical division, the hardy cement board siding on the house, and then windows. So the exterior of the house won't take 60 days, so it won't look like the eyesore that it is. That we anticipate in 60 to 90 days, probably closer to 75 or 90. Because obviously there's a little lag in scheduling a job that big with the siding and roofing company, and also the weather. It's got to warm up just a little bit to do to put asphalt shingles on. You can't put them on in sub 30-degree temperatures. At least not if you want it done right. So the whole project 6 months, but the exterior, we're thinking 3 months will look much nicer, and then we'll work from the inside out after doing the outside. Hope that answers your question.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're back to 2 weeks to get it boarded up, and 30 days to get the approval of the Landmarks Commission, the letter that Mr. Murray was asking for. And you already have a let's see. You already have the permit, so it's just a matter of getting that landmarks so that they can proceed.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Mr. Chairman, to clarify, the permit's been applied for. And at this point, the holdup in the permit is getting that landmarks approval, but we would ask some date for them to actually pull the permit.
Okay. We had mentioned 30 days in order to get the landmarks approval, and then say 60 days for the permit to be pulled.
We would accept that.
My only question with regards to the 30 days is based on the calendar. I don't know how Cleveland works, but I would assume we're basically losing 5 or 6 working days with Christmas Eve, Christmas, and the day after Christmas falling on holidays, and New Year's Eve and New Year's Day falling on holidays. So you guys would be able to tell me better if you think that's still a likely time frame of 30 days. I don't know. I haven't dealt with the Landmark Status Commission that often. I just don't know if how much time they take off around the holidays, because I know some other offices take off like 2 weeks. So I'm just not sure. I just want to make sure that I don't promise something and then I get stuck behind the fall of the natural holidays.
Yeah, I got you. Well, we can throw an extra week into there into January 7th, so that you get past the holidays to deal with the landmarks to get their approval. So January 7th, 2026 for landmarks approval, and
Mr. Chair,
yes.
sorry to interrupt you, sir. I thought we were going to give them 30 days for landmarks.
He meant February. Yeah, I think.
So-
You're right.
February 7th, sorry.
You're right. Yeah,
Thank you, sir, for pointing that out. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Mr. Gates. Yeah, so we're looking, the board up that we're talking about was 2 weeks to get the thing.
Yes,
board-
sir.
Yeah, and then it's January 16th, 2026. That's 30 days to get the landmarks approval, and February 16th, 60 days, 2026, to get your permits taken care of.
That would be great. I think we can make that work. Thank you, guys.
Motion?
So move.
Moved by Mr. Bradley,
Second.
second by Mr. Maskey.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Okay, a notice will be sent out in 2 weeks. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Okay, next docket, building docket A, 207-25, 4458 West 130th Street.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is exterior maintenance. Issue on July 21st of 2025. Appeal was received August 15th of 2025, requesting for 90 days to complete abatement of the violations. Present for today's hearing, Assistant Chief Billing Official Glenn Murray, Dan Jacobson, and Russ Gates, Division of Code Enforcement, Department of Law. Will the applicant or his or her attorney and/or representative please state your first and last name and your relationship to the property for the record?
Good morning, Council Attorney Clinton Preslin, appearing on behalf of BMW Realty Co., Inc.
Okay, Mr. Preslin, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth?
I do so.
Okay, go ahead and proceed.
Thank you. And whether it pleases the committee, This is exterior violations. My client unfortunately could not be present today, needing to take his wife to the hospital, but he did advise me that of the 5 violations identified, most of them have been taken care of as of this date. The cellar windows have been replaced. Exterior vehicles have been removed or tagged. The exterior foundation has been repaired. Remaining to be done is the final completion of window replacement that is approximately halfway completed. There has been some minor delays due to changes in the weather and some non-compliant tenants. And we would just ask for this to be reset on a docket, possibly in early February, so that the windows could be completed. Inspector Bud could come out, review and approve all of the repairs, and then this may be struck from the docket.
So you're looking for how much more time?
Due to the holidays, we don't think there's going to be much that can be done here through the end of December. We would just ask for the month of January to finish the window installation and then give Inspector Bud time to come out and review and then finalize his inspection and close this out.
Okay.
So end of January, beginning of February, as is convenient for the council.
Okay, Mr. Murray.
Mr. Chairman, the building department would have no objection to additional time.
Okay. So we'd be looking at, say 90 days, March 16th, 90 days, 2026 to abate the violations.
Very good.
Motion?
So moved. Second.
Okay, moved by Mr. Denk, second by Mr. Bradley.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes, okay, notice will be sent out to you within 2 weeks then.
Thank you very much. Have a good day, everyone.
You too. Next dock is building docket A 212-25, 2215 East 14th Street.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is elevator, issued on July 23rd of 2025. Appeal was received August 21st of 2025, requesting for 18 months to complete abatement of the violations. Present for today's hearing, Assistant Chief Building Official Glenn Murray, Dan Jacobson, and Russ Gates, Division of Code Enforcement, Department of Law. Will the applicant or his or her attorney and/or representative please state your first and last name and your relationship to the property for the record?
Hello, everyone. My name is Damon Frangos, and I'm the manager of the property owner Prospectus 14 Holdings 2. And with me is a representative of ours, Mr. Jim Trackus.
Good morning. I am a lobbyist who represents Prospectus 14 Holdings.
Okay, to the both of you, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Very good. Who's ever going to be giving the testimony, go ahead.
I can start. This is Damon Frangos. My family's owned this property for many years. It was restructured into the current partnership, Prospectus 14 Holdings 2, in 2017. And we received this notice of elevator violation requesting that the elevator be decommissioned. We got quotes for the decommissioning of the elevator. Because the building is in a state of disrepair, basically it'll take a lot to fix up the building enough to get the elevator company comfortable decommissioning the elevator. So in the meantime, we've applied for remediation for certain environmental conditions that are in there. We're getting a phase 1. We got an EPA grant to get a phase 1. They're going to be going in and doing their work in the next 30 days. And our ultimate plan is to demolish this building. So we feel it not prudent to spend money fixing it up for a building that's going to be demolished. And I'll turn it over to Jim so he can give you a little history on that.
Good morning. So the Frangos family has held this building since at least 2000. It is never, and before that, it was a building that was not functioning. So we have not had people in the building to use the elevator. There's been no clients or customers who have been in the building for well over 2 decades now. We would like to take a number of parcels near this property and consolidate them, and we are working with the state of Ohio to create an opportunity for new development on the site. So the entire structure should be coming down. That is not the intent of Prospectus 14 to ever utilize the business. As Damon had mentioned, we've applied in conjunction with the Cuyahoga Land Bank, who fully supports our efforts here, to have an EPA phase 1. There's going to be another, and we did receive the funds, and they're starting the process to help us on that. And we believe that the 18-month period should be enough time that we could also apply to the state of Ohio for support to help tear down the building and to consolidate the lot into one really nice opportunity. And if you look at the history of the Frangos family here, there's been a lot of developments that they put together in downtown Cleveland that have really been successful by taking some of these old buildings, tearing them down, and creating new opportunities for the city to have an economic development program. We do believe that the 18 months should provide us the time to do that. We also have obviously private funds to do that, but we are working with the state, and they've been very positive so far in working with us to try to make this into a major development. I think what 3.5 acres is what.
Yeah, this parcel sits on the basically in the middle of a almost 3.5 acre site that we control in downtown Cleveland. And yeah, we're exploring all avenues to turn the entire site into a great development. We just don't think it's prudent to, fix this building up when it's ultimately going to come down.
Okay, just one question. I mean, what's before us is the elevator. Not your whole project that you have, but just decommissioning that elevator. And so I guess what I'm looking at is how much time would you need to decommission that elevator?
Well, again, our position is that we would rather tear the building down than have to decommission the elevator. So it would be spending funds that we would be allocating to clean up the site and to make it a really positive development site. So it was our hope that we could, because nobody's in the building and nobody's going to be going into the building, that we would be able to have the time to not decommission the elevator in the traditional sense, but just be able to tear down the building for the ultimate new redevelopment of the property.
Okay, let me go to Mr. Murray. See, Mr. Murray.
Mr. Chairman, this entity has owned this building in one form or another since 2003. And we have nothing but elevator violations going back to 2015. We would ask that they decommission the elevator. I'm concerned that every week the building department sees videos of urban explorers going into vacant and closed and abandoned buildings. And my concern is this elevator should have been taken care of a long time ago. It's been 2003, it's over 20 years and nothing's happened here. We cite violation again and again and again, and nothing happened. We would like to have this elevator decommissioned. I'm thrilled that they plan some speculative development for the site at some time, but I don't think our elevator decommissioning should be held hostage to that. I'm concerned that we're going to find some YouTuber at the foot of a shaft someday because this thing has been not taken care of.
Okay, so you heard from the city, the elevator is still a problem, and I'm not, I've been through some of these things, and maybe I can bring in some expertise from the board members on the elevators and what's all involved in decommission. Let me ask our board, somebody wants to comment. Mr. Dank.
what I heard was a conflict with the environmental conditions, whether that's asbestos or something else, that's in the way of the decommissioning. So I'm not sure it's as simple, from what I'm hearing, I'm not sure it's as simple as just the elevator decommissioning.
Well,
That's correct. We're getting a phase one. They've also requested us get a asbestos study, and that work is scheduled. I think the week between Christmas and New Year's is when the phase one company will do their site visit, and that was ordered by the EPA. As for the security of the building, I can assure you there's metal gates out front. The back is secure. We have staff in the area. We own a lot of property in the area. There's staff in the area that's constantly monitoring the buildings. We've never had any problems with trespassing, vandals. The structure's secure. Nobody goes inside. So the concern that a member of the public will break in and do something, I think is minimal for this site. It's very secure.
What's the cost of decommissioning an elevator?
We've received quotes from $20,000 to $30,000 just to decommission, but that is irrespective of the work to allow them to decommission.
Understand.
The abatement, and some other work. The building was in, my family has owned it for years. We own a lot of property in the area, but this building has always been a vacant building, abandoned. We filed it with the vacant building with the city, and it's not used. So
The environmental remediation has to occur to allow demolition, yes or no?
yeah,
Yes.
Is that factual? I mean, do you have environmental issues in your elevator?
This would be the building itself.
I understand, but they're not going to be touching the building. They're going to be touching the elevator. So just because you have environmental issues in your building does not preclude the elevator being decommissioned.
yeah.
Now, I'm not opposed to giving you more time, but I am opposed to the length of time. And there's no guarantee you're going to get any money or support that you may think you're going to get in a timely manner. So, Mr. Chairman, I would be agreeable to give them more time, but failure to meet a shorter period of time should be remanded to the city and work with them, considering this is a large parcel of land that's kind of being held hostage to public funding, from what I'm hearing.
okay, Mr. Murray?
Mr. Maskey, sorry, Mr. Chairman, they're time players, they're property real estate developers, and investing in your property is just the cost of owning property. We would really request that this elevator be decommissioned. I heard statements about the safety of building, people coming and going, but I think about the Richmond Brothers building and the Corlett Movers building and the Rockwell building. People knock down concrete block walls. They've cut metal gates, and then we see it on YouTube. So I'm concerned. This has been an ongoing problem since they've owned this property, and I think this is time to button it up and get it done. And that way, if their development happens next year or the year after, great. But at least the elevator is not going to be an outstanding problem hanging over all of our heads.
Okay. All right, so we're going to have to do a shorter to decommission that elevator. We're going to give you time, but I think Mr. Maskey brings up a good point that, you know, and especially with asbestos, as long as you're not disturbing it, you know, it's not friable, it's not a problem. To the guys that are working on the elevator, they can use protection from that also, when they're wearing a mask and suits to get it decommissioned. But I don't think the city's going to back off on the decommissioning of the elevator. So how much time do you think you need to do that project?
What do you think?
I'd say a couple months, and for sure.
Okay.
3 months or so.
We can do that. Yeah, we can give you 3 months. So a motion is in order to grant till March 16th, 90 days, 2026 to abate the violation.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Maskey,
Second.
second by Mr. Denk.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Okay, a notice will be sent out within 2 weeks. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next docket is building docket A 214-25, 6511 Selma Avenue.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is fire damage. Issued on July 23rd of 2025. Appeal was received August 22nd of 2025. Requesting for 6 months to complete abatement of the violations. Present for today's hearings, Assistant Chief Billing Official Glenn Murray, Dan Jacobson, and Russ Gates, Division of Code Enforcement, Department of Law. Will the applicant or his or her attorney and/or representative please state your first and last name and your relationship to the property for the record?
Hello,
We can hear you.
thank you. First time for me. I'm 73 years old. I'm not used to doing this. Donald G. Kiezyk, K-S-I-E-Z-Y-K.
Okay, Mr. Kiezyk, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth?
I do.
Okay, then you can go ahead and proceed. Let us know what your plans are.
Oh, okay. I've been struggling with this property because this wasn't my fault. The building next door burned down and caused our damage. And I get no relief from them at all. They won't answer if they have insurance or nothing. I've been dealing with this since the fire happened. Dodging phone calls, hiding, went through a bunch, found somebody that's interested in buying, have a contract right now with someone, a well-known construction company in the city of Cleveland, and they want to buy the property. We went to go transfer the title, and it turned out there is the original mortgage lien from the previous owner was never filed in Cuyahoga County after it was satisfied, and that was over 29 years ago. And I didn't know what to do, and I went and tried to hunt up, I had someone hunt up the previous owner. He died over 20 years ago, and his heirs to his estate, I finally found, and they agreed to sign the title over, but they went and disappeared also. So they're dodging to do this. I would have had it done a month ago. And this construction company wanted to come in and clean up the site and start going, and they can't do anything until we transfer the title. And the title mortgage company is Chicago Title, and they're looking into it, and they checked it. Well, I happened to find all the paperwork from 30 years ago with the release, and I'm looking at within the next 30 to 60 days, this property should transfer to the new owner so he could start immediately working on it. He has his people set, ready to go on it.
Okay. We don't generally give time for sales of properties. We give time for correcting the violation, but I'm going to go over to Mr. Murray and get his opinion.
Mr. Chairman, we would ask that you give them some time to pull permits to correct the violation.
Okay.
We would need the permits pulled.
Okay. So we're going to give you time to get the permits pulled and for correcting the fire damage. If it gets sold in between, so be it. You still have a responsibility to make sure that it gets taken care of. So how much time do you think you would need to correct it?
I probably need at least 6 to 8 weeks.
Okay. So we'd ask that you pull your permits within 30 days and complete the violation by let's see, 30 days, that'd be January 16th. To pull permits 2026, and by March 16th, 90 days, 2026 to abate the violations.
Well, I probably think that would probably be almost impossible considering it's winter in Cleveland and that entire roof on top, that 1/3 part of the building has to be redone. So I believe it's going to take more than that for the new owners to finish it also. That's why I
Okay.
asked for 6
Yeah,
months.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I was just going to state that it's the chair, I believe, has stated this is an investment property. See, it's not really obligated to give him more time. The board has been gracious in granting him time, and we would ask that it be abated, sooner rather than later. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Gates. Okay. You bring up a good point as far as the weather is concerned, but there's a lot of this kind of stuff that can be done even in bad weather. And in Cleveland, wait 5 minutes. I mean, there's a lot of things that can happen. So,
Right.
we'll move it out a little bit. April 16th, 2026, 120 days to abate the violations.
I
Motion?
appreciate that.
Sure.
Move.
Okay, moved by Mr. Bradley,
Second.
second by Mr. Dank.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Maschke,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes, notice to be sent out within 2 weeks. Thank you. Next docket is building docket.
Thank
8.
you for your time, gentlemen.
You're welcome. Next,
I'm finished.
yes, you are.
All right. Thank you for your time. Have a good holiday.
You too. Building docket A, 287-25, 1124 East 105th Street.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is condemnation of the main structure, issued October 28th of 2025. Appeal was received November 21st of 2025. Applicant did not request any time to complete abatement of the violation. Present for today's hearing, Assistant Chief Billing Official, Liam Murray, Dan Jacobson, and Russ Gates, Division of Code Enforcement, Department of Law. Will the applicant or his or her attorney and/or representative please state your first and last name and your relationship to the property for the record?
Abdullah Shukrullah and the owner trust. And there's someone online as well.
Rashida Abdul Razak, owner, also partner owner of the building.
Okay, so to both of you that are going to be giving testimony, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Who's ever going to be talking, go ahead and let us know what the plans are.
Well, accordingly, this was an emergency status demolition, and so there is no violation. It's just the cost that is the question that I was not able to secure from the contractor that didn't have a contract with. So I don't know how that works in contracting, because there was no contract with this particular contractor after the building the fire was put out and everything like that. it seemed like this contractor jumped the gun and demoed the building and put the city in a pickle. So to my point of view, as far as the cost associated with it, because the building was in a historical district, it was being a pending application for that. And the building is gone. It was structurally sound. Prior to his recklessness, this demolition contractor, B&B Wrecking and Excavating. And so the permit was pulled without my permission, without the owner's permission. It was a historical site. There's other parameters as far as that goes along with that, but the associated invoicing or whatnot with this particular site is what is in question, and is being in dispute and will be disputed. And I ask that this particular invoice that says on the permit, it would be the owner's responsibility to pay. I ask that the board do not remit payment to this contractor due to the fact that it was not any contract with the owner after the building fire was put out. Yeah, I spoke with the owner, Brian Baldwin, in regards to the fact to give me a quotation for the removal of the remaining debris, seeing that the building was taken down by the order of the city, but he didn't have no further rights to do anything else. And he just went full steam ahead. Actually, I really feel that in the lieu of what he was doing, it was just all for the treasure hunt. And that's another story. But basically with this thing that he was not in compliance with, he once I start questioning him, he started pointing fingers to get in contact with Vanover, Wu John or John Wu in the building demolition department, and all these other things that deflecting the fact that he had no contract, no right to full steam ahead the building at 1124 East 105th Street, Cleveland, Ohio 44108. So it was a historical site pending, and there was a lot of other things that, you know, due to the tardiness of not having a mailbox on the building after it was demolition, I had no knowledge of this violation. Jeff Marcus, I met him and received a card because the neighboring building was torn down and was still standing. So that created another pickle. So now I have that owner, you know, wanting information from me. And I said, you have to talk to Jeff Barzak. Jeff Barzak came out on the 28th of October. And I met with him. He didn't say anything about any violations or anything like that. I think that would have been a good time to let me know, but I didn't know anything about it, and everything is sporadic as far as coming to making this puzzling situation of a conundrum make sense.
Mr. Chair?
Yes.
I don't mean to be rude. I feel as though we've heard the testimony. At some point, I was hoping we could also hear from the other individual who wants to be heard, and then the city should respond after that.
Okay, excuse me, Mr. Through the chair. I'm not
Yeah.
finished though. I'm not finished, and I'm going to yield respect to the person online. Consequently, my whole point is not, but it is a point that the city did. They did a fantastic job along with the Cleveland firefighters, the finest firefighters, whatever. But the contractor that was doing this work on behalf of the city, not behalf of me, the owners and person online, with no contract, that's where the problem come in. And then the problem of the cost associated with this. When I start asking, see, when you have cracks in your foundation, the whole structure come down. There's a crack in the foundation of this whole situation. And the thing is that this contractor that the city used as an emergency contractor is doing something that's outside the protocol of what you need to follow. And I don't want to be on a hook for what is an estimated cost, which I think is, it is inflated. There's no thought about it. And I don't want the city to remit payment to this contractor until everything is ironed out. There's a legitimate dispute on that. I'm not disputing the emergency status. I'm not, although that there's a question in part about that. What I am saying is that this inflated cost due to the fact that the property owner's right is egregious and it's malicious.
Sir, you have said this before, so you're kind of repeating the same thing. I think I got the message. I'm sure the city does too, because you have
Okay,
said.
I appreciate that. Is that the chair? Okay, Mr. Chair, not to be rude at all. I want to get my point across, because if you came home from whatever vacation or whatever the fact is, and this is not the first time this happened. This is not the first time it happened. That you come from shopping or whatever, and your car is stolen. Okay, you call me, but when your property is demolished and you didn't get any notice or service, that's a shot in the head. So I yield the floor to the next person online.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Razak?
Abdul Razak. My name is Abdul Razak. Yes, I'm one of the owners of the 1124 East 105th Street. On the October 27th, 2025, the building caught on fire. Okay. Then the fire department put the fire out and also along pre-demolitioned our building. When I say pre-demolition the building, the fire department, when the fire was out, they were still using their cannons, their water cannons, blowing out the walls, all the back walls, blowing out the back walls, blowing out the side walls, trying to blow out the pillars on the front over the bakery. The fire was out. There was no fire on the bricks. So that's another point. Then the same day, B&B Wrecking showed up to the building and began demolishing our building. He claims it was on the command of the city, Van Hover. There was no structural engineer. We were not, our insurance company was not able to come out and look at the structure so that they can bring out their engineers to see if it was any structural damage whatsoever. We're talking about a building that was developed in 1930, when wide beams were used for the building of that. Not I-beams, but wide beams, way heavier, way stronger. Abdul should have the pictures showing that the beams, even after the fire, was still strong, still steady. The whole front wall still steady. Everything was fine, no matter how hard the fire department was pushing their cannons onto our building. The front wall remained strong. The pillar remained strong. And
Okay.
And then when we noticed that they're going to take down the 1132 building, I already knew immediately. Alhamdulillah, I knew immediately that the city was going to try to put that demolition of that building onto our property. So I had my friends take numerous pictures, go around the building, and I'm screenshotting everything about that building, everything that building did. And from the news clip of 5X News, the fire department never put any water on the building next door. They never addressed that building because there was no fire on that building, because we have firewalls we had firewalls going all the way up. And then the firewalls from the building 1132 East 105th Street had firewalls. They're gonna say, the fire chief said that he took a flashlight up to the to look through the front window to see that the building had been compromised. SubhanAllah, that's not true. That's
Mr.
not
Chair.
true. If there was a
Yeah.
fire, if there was a fire on the roof, you would need no flashlight. You would never need a flashlight because you could see it plainly.
Yeah.
And the fire department would have addressed that building and they would have put the fire out. And then all the windows would have broke out, like they broke out the windows of our building.
Okay,
This-
hold on
that was
just
just
a
a-
moment. Mr. Gates, you got
Pardon
a
me?
point?
Yes,
Hold on for just a moment.
yes, Mr. Chair, I would just object to the testimony regarding other building. It's this building here that's before the board. And, I think it's inappropriate regarding other
Right.
buildings which we already dealt with. Thank you.
It's just it's showing, I've used that as an example to show that the deprivation of our rights, the derelict of duties, and the abuse of power.
Okay, but
Because-
that's,
because-
we still
because-
have to talk about
because-
what you have
Pardon me?
here. Okay, we
Pardon
have to
me?
talk about your building, okay?
Yes,
So that's,
yes.
all right.
I apologize. I was not trying to go outside the detail. I was just showing the mentality of the people that were there that day. For you to take and hiding behind the color of law, saying that there was an imminent danger.
Okay,
And there was no, and according to the testimony of Van Hover on the 19th, on that particular neighbor's thing, he said that the streets would, the fire department would not release the street until the building, till it was safe again. The building was still standing and the street was opened up again. It was opened.
okay,
That means that that the building was safe. The building was not in imminent danger.
okay.
And then according to the pursuant to your law, I can't bring it up right now because it's on a different page, but demolish means to take down the walls. It doesn't mean for you to come and take up all the equipment, thousands and thousands of dollars worth of equipment, thousands of dollars worth of I-beams. That's private, and it was private property, and it was posted. And all our rights were violated.
Okay,
Posted, Van Over claimed that he went around the perimeter, and he claimed that he's not here, and I would love to have met him online. Claimed that he went around the perimeter and he determined it was imminent danger, and the emergency damage, it caused city to the problem, but yet he didn't see the posted sign emergency private property. Even in an imminent danger, I'd have to find that thing. We have a right to procure the property ourselves.
okay.
So, and
let me
then
get,
then the form that B&B pulled on the 11th, the violations were put on the 28th. The fire happened on the 27th. The building was torn down on the 27th. Violation came on the 28th. The paperwork was signed on another date. On the paperwork was signed for the order to do the demolition was on the 30th of November, and then put out on the November 3rd, and then the permit pulled on the 11th, fraudulently pulled out on the 11th, because we have the application, and Duke can give it to you. He has it in his hands that B&B said that he was contracted by us to do the demolition. According to your bottom thing, it's asking you, do you have permission, like a testimony? And he's claiming that he has permission from the owners. He never did.
okay,
Matter of fact, Abdul called him the day he came back the next day, and he stole the beams. We're telling you, those are our beams. You have nobody to take our beams. He said that they were in the way. I said, that's a lie. You took those beams off the building the same day, and you set them in our backyard, and you came back the next day You came back the next day with 2 40-yard dumpsters and you started putting them into the dumpster, and the dude said, no, those are our beams, don't take them. Do you see what
So
I'm
you-
saying?
you
And then he
kept the
took all of
beams?
my equipment.
Did you
For
keep the
Bean Pie
beams?
Heaven LLC, 3-door refreezer, 3-door stainless steel reach-in freezer, a 2-door stainless reach-in refrigerator, stoves, two double set convection ovens, brand new, a brand new condenser in the back of my building, had nothing to do with the freezer. Had nothing to
Mr.
do with the,
Chairman?
Yes.
I feel as
had
though we're
nothing to
kind
do
of
with the
going
fire.
off on a tangent here, and I'm not sure what those, how that is directly related.
I get it, Mr. Gates. Okay, I'm gonna get a comment from the city from Mr. Murray. Mr. Murray?
Mr. Chairman, because the violation has been abated, I don't see any need for any extra time.
Okay. So, so if there's no extra time or anything to it, then what do we do with?
I have the point remains, estimated cost of $300,000 for, demolishing the building is egregious. And he didn't have a contract and I'm disputing it.
Mr. Chair, if the city can
It was a-
respond.
Yeah. What,
Through the chair, I'm sorry, this is my first time here, all right?
Sure.
With all due respect.
Mr.
Chair.
Gates? Mr. Gates?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. It appears the appellants are trying to say that the demolition was improper in some manner. And the city would state that the city had the authority through Cleveland Codified Ordinance 3103.09J that in cases of emergency, I won't read the whole paragraph, but basically in cases of emergency, the city has the right to demolish buildings. It has the right to enter buildings. It has the right to do so. It says with the assistance and at the cost as he or she deems necessary. This was an emergency. It sounds like it was a costly demolition. But unfortunately, due to the nature of the situation, the city had the right to go in and, first of all, stop the fire, and second of all, tear down the building. And that's the city's position, and we would ask that the board
I deny
just
that.
uphold what the city has done and deny this appeal. Thank you.
Through the chair,
Yes.
to the board, according to your pursuant to OAC Rule 3745201B17, defines an emergency demolition as a means any demolition operation conducted under a written order issued by a state or local governmental agency because the facility is structurally unsound and in danger of imminent collapse. What day did you present a written order for the demolishment of our building?
The order was done if I can respond, Mr. Chair.
Yes.
The written order was done after the emergency was over, and that's standard procedure in these matters. So the city followed the standard process, and we asked that the
I asked you what day.
appeal to what
asked you what
it's not really
day.
clear exactly what they're
I
appealing,
asked
but
you
we
what
asked that
day
it be
the
denied.
was
No,
assigned.
The order
Chairman, this is Patty, if I may, on behalf
Yes.
of the board, as attorney for the board.
Yes.
I'm hearing the appellants are objecting to the order as served upon them, and they've given their arguments to the board as to why they've objected to the order that was served upon them. I'm hearing the city has countered that in the arguments. So it is for this board to rule upon the appellants' merits of their objections to the order as it was served upon them. And decide that the pending appeal before it. Thank you.
Okay, so there's a motion is in order to deny the appeal. Motion,
We're not finished.
For the record.
you
Hang on.
are.
Hang on, ma'am, hang on. The board, ma'am, hang on. Mr. Chairman runs the show. He has a motion on the table. Robert's rules requires it to be taken and seconded. Hold on.
You know,
If he allows a discussion, ma'am, hold
I
on.
listened to your previous things. You listened to all the people before us, and you're just shutting
Ma'am,
us off.
Oh, we listen to
Shutting
you.
us down.
No one's shutting you
You're not
off.
letting us-
There's a chance for a discussion after the procedurally they second the motion. If you allow them to have the second, and then time for the discussion while the motion's on the table.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion that the CBO emergency order was appropriate and the demolition was appropriate. There may be a civil action for costs and other valuables that were allegedly improperly removed, but as far as this board goes, I think that demolition was appropriate.
Second.
Objection.
Okay, motion.
Objection.
Thanks, second by Mr. Maskey.
For the record,
Objection. For the record,
Through the
we
chair.
object.
Yeah, just,
Through the chair, we
through the chair.
object.
we're
the
good.
chair.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm saying the Cleveland finest fire department, and I'm saying the Cleveland finest building official. This is what I'm saying. But you haven't bet this man called B&B Wrecking. Okay, this is what I'm saying. This is course, and I'm disputing his estimated cost to the board through the chair.
Okay,
Mr.
but
Chairman,
we-
to the appellant, did you
That's
receive
not before-
an invoice or?
Sir,
I didn't receive anything.
Okay.
Matter of fact, he didn't
Sir,
have rights to
that's
have
not
be
before us.
on the private property and trust. And
That
private
is not
property and trust, you
before us.
just can't do it.
Mr. Chairman, I was just going to state that the cost is actually not before this board at this time. And that's why I asked if he received an invoice.
They're having it paid or taken settled. We can settle it, but he's inflating, he's bilking the city.
All right, listen, we're gonna have to shut the mics down, okay? Ms. Davis, call the roll, please.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Notice will be sent out within 2 weeks. Thank you.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, who is this?
Carmella.
Yes. Go ahead.
I just wanted to make sure, Joy, is everything clear on your end? Did you need any clarification? I see you have your hand raised. Pardon me?
She clear?
I'm not sure. She's still muted, Mr. Gallagher.
Well, we can get it straight with her.
Okay,
All right?
all right.
We're gonna move on.
Next docket.
Next docket is building docket A 287-25. That's already been done. Okay. Next docket is housing docket A 204-25, 4122 Bush Avenue.
Hello, my name's Deborah Ullman. I am the owner of the 4122 Bush Avenue.
One
home.
second. Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is exterior maintenance. Issued on July 14th of 2025. Appeal was received August 13th of 2025, requesting 6 months to 1 year to complete abatement of the violations. Present for today's hearing, Assistant Chief Building Official Glenn Murray, Dan Jacobson, and Russ Gates, Division of Code Enforcement, Department of Law. Will the applicant or his or her attorney and/or representative please state your first and last name and your relationship to the property for the record?
My name's Deborah Ullman. I am the owner of the 4122 Bush Avenue. I have my daughter here with me, just in case of any other items that I can't address.
My name
Okay,
is,
I'm gonna swear you both in. Oh, you want to give your name?
yeah, my name is Mindy Cottrell and I am the owner's daughter.
Okay, very good. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and proceed.
You want to talk?
No.
My mother's owned this house for the last couple years. It was inherited by her mother after her passing. We've been doing work on the inside. We're trying to do work on the outside. She's on a fixed income. We've tried to do as much as we can. She's also in with Metro West. They are trying to help her get some type of grant, I would say, or some type of payment plan that she can get some of the things done on the exterior of the house.
Okay. Is anyone living in the house now?
Yes, me and her.
Okay, very good. So you're not sure, let's see, you're saying 6 months to abate the violations?
If
Is what-
possible, a year, where the financial situation with us is kind of, yeah.
Okay, let me go over to Mr. Murray. Mr. Murray,
Mr. Chairman, the building department would have no objections to the requested 6 months to a year. And would this be a candidate for senior services?
it sounded like they were working with her. I'm not sure. Maybe the daughter knows.
Yes, she is qualified as a senior citizen. She's also had an application in for Department of Aging. She has not heard nothing back from them.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Murray.
No objection to an extension as you see fit.
Okay, so we'll put down that it'll be to June 16th, 180 days, 2026, 6 months with the possibility of more time needed to abate the violations, considering the senior and they are owners of the building and they live in the building. Motion?
So moved.
Okay, moved by Mr. Maskey, second by Mr. Dank.
Mr. Bradley?
Yes.
Mr. Maskey?
Yes.
Mr. Dink?
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher?
Yes, notice will be sent out within 2 weeks. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Happy holidays, everyone.
All right, same to you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Next docket is Housing Docket A 206-25, 1010 East 146th Street.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is no permit. Issued on July 21st of 2025. Appeal was received August 15th of 2025, requesting for 3 months to complete abatement of the violations. Present for today's hearing, Assistant Chief Building Official Glenn Murray, Dan Jacobson, and Russ Gates, Division of Code Enforcement, Department of Law. Will the applicant or his or her attorney and or representative please state your first and last name and your relationship to the property for the record? Mr. Chairman, I do not see the applicant in the participants panel, nor is that person present in room 514 this morning.
Mr. Murray, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth?
I do.
Mr. Gates?
Yes, thank you. Through the chair to Ms. Davis, did notice of today's hearing get returned to the board's file for any reason?
Through the chair to Mr. Gates, no.
Through the chair to Ms. Davis, have you received any form of communication, email, voice message, or anything physically delivered on behalf of this appellant and or docket?
Through the chair to Mr. Gates, no.
To the chair, the due process requirement of notice has been given to this appellant. The board can proceed with the hearing and its ruling.
Thank you. Mr. Murray?
To the chair, this violation was properly issued. We ask that you remand to Building and Housing.
Okay, motion is in order to remand the property to Division of Building and Housing for any further action. Motion,
So moved.
moved by Mr. Maskey,
Second,
second by Mr. Denk.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher, Mr. Dink.
yes.
Okay, notice will be sent out within 2 weeks. Next docket is Housing Docket A 208-25 1749 Alcoy Road.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is hazardous conditions and exterior maintenance. Issued on July 23rd of 2025. Appeal was received August 19th of 2025, requesting for 3 years to complete abatement of the violation. Present for today's hearing, Assistant Chief Building Official Glenn Murray, Dan Jacobs, and Russ Gates, Division of Code Enforcement, Department of Law. Will the applicant or his or her attorney and/or representative please state your first and last name and your relationship to the property for the record?
I am here, so I should just sit here. Sorry, I am very sick. I am so sorry. Chills and fever, and it's like I don't know how I'm making it.
Not sure I caught all this.
She's stating that she's ill, Mr. Gallagher. I asked if she wants to be rescheduled. I don't want to get sick.
Okay, see if you can
Well, the
reschedule.
thing, I am so sorry. Well, the thing is that I don't live here. I live in Florida. I came at midnight today. I slept in the airport.
So she wants to proceed.
I already came. I just.
Let them swear you in.
Okay, we're gonna swear you in. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth?
Yes, I do.
Okay, go ahead and proceed.
Well, basically, that statement that she said about me asking for 3 years, it sounds crazy, right? 3 years, but my particular issue is a very personal issue. I actually got this property back in 2020, and with the mindset that it was just some money that I had extra, and I just wanted to put it somewhere, not to have it in my bank to spend it for the future. So I plan on, preparing, fixing or whatever to rent it, and, comes one in a while or something here from far away, but it didn't work out that way. A lot of things happened in my personal life, since then. I actually was incarcerated for almost 3 years in Florida for a personal matter and issue, and that brought my life to hell, down the hill. I lost a lot of things. I lost a lot of people. I lost my marriage. I lost a lot of money. And once I got out of prison, which was November of 2023, I was able to kind of, go back to my family, my kids, and no husband, and was able to get a decent job. I worked for a year. My mom and my dad, are very old, and my dad got Alzheimer's and dementia in the past year. So it's been very rough because I had to leave my job. I cannot work full time. I need to take care of both of them now. They are home with me, and my 13-year-old, which I'm also, dealing with him by my own. He's actually sick back home with fever, chills, and everything. And I left him. He's not going to school either yesterday or today because I'm not there. And basically, it's money issues what I have. So since I got out of prison, it's very hard for me to actually maintain my family, maintain myself, be coming here, to deal with this. And basically, yes, I accept and I can, be responsible because the property has been unattended, and it looks awful outside. And yes, I need to take care of it, but I'm doing the best that I can, within my possibilities, financially, personally, emotionally. personally and everything to take care of this. So I'm asking for the most time that you please guys can give me to take care of this. I actually borrow some money to a private lender in Florida, and they gave me about some $1,000 to probably start, trying to repair, on the outside so it doesn't look that ugly or that bad. And basically, when I got out of prison in 2023 in November, I got somebody who actually asked me to help her because she didn't have a place to live. And she was from here, from Cleveland. I let her move in, and in January of 2024, and she destroyed the place. She never paid me any money. I had to evict her. It took me from January to August of 31st, almost 10 months to take her out with the sheriff. I have proof of everything. I had to come here 2 times or 3 times this year, spend money that I don't have. I owe $30,000 on a credit card because all these expenses. I put $20,000 on one of the units in order for her to be able to live there. She didn't have a place to stay. She was living on the street. She had a daughter which was 16 years old, pregnant, and they didn't have a place to live. I was hard enough, to let her live there, and they destroyed the house. I have pictures, everything is destroyed inside, outside. I had to evict her with the sheriff. I had to myself, put the things back in the house the day of the eviction because they never came for their things. And, they gave me 24 hours or something to move the things out of the front yard. I myself put everything back because I had to go back to Florida to my family. I left that night, and then I paid somebody to come over and, remove everything and trash it. I changed the locks, and then now I didn't have access to the house for 10 months, to do anything inside or outside because she was threatening me because, I lost my rights when she was there. I had no rights to get in, to do anything on the house until a judge granted me, possession of my house again. And then guess what? I changed the locks and everything back in October when I evicted her. And a month after I paid some guy to remove all the dirt, everything, the trash and everything, and take care of the landscaping outside and everything, a month after, guess what? Somebody changed my locks. I have no access. Here are the keys. I went at 6 a.m. in the morning today to confirm that what the guy was telling me, that the keys were not working anymore. The one that was doing my landscaping and taking all the trash out were not working. In fact, they are not working. He sent me pictures. The locks are different. Somebody changed my locks. So guess what? 2 weeks ago, I received a message from the widow of the person who I got this property from, the widow. 5 years after, saying that she needed to talk to me. And I have been calling her to the number that she gave me, testing her. I have proof in my phone. She doesn't answer. She doesn't, So I'm assuming that she was the one who changed the locks. The same way I did with somebody that can just, without breaking the doors or, damaging, change the locks. So why is she changing the locks? I mean, who gives her the right? She was the widow of the person who is already dead, and I bought this property from.
Ms. Oliveira.
So
can I
I have
stop
no
you
access
for-
to the house neither again to do anything.
Ms. Oliveros, can I stop you for a moment here? This is going to be, I mean, do you have someone who's here that takes care of the house?
I did have somebody, but with all these issues and everything, he and I got into some argument about it because he was receiving too many, letters and notifications from the city, and he didn't like that because of the situations. So we didn't agree in doing anything like that anymore. So now I'm having a realtor to probably, help me change the locks again somehow again, and
Yeah,
I don't know, to have access to the house and put it for sale or something, because I really don't want this and need this anymore. I
Ms.
just need
Oliveira,
time to.
I have to hold you up a minute here, okay? Because, it's a hazardous condition right now. That's what we have. in front. Okay, and so and you're asking for a tremendous amount of time, and so
Yes, exactly. No, I'm not. Forget about that. I'm asking for the most time that you think that you can give me.
Let me go over to Mr. Mr. Murray. I'm sorry, Mr. Murray.
Mr. Chairman, we're going to argue that the violation was properly issued and we ask you to remand to Building and Housing.
Okay, the notice was properly issued and a motion is in order to deny more time, remand the property division of Building and Housing for any further action. Motion?
So moved.
So moved by Mr. Maskey,
Second.
second by Mr.
So-
Dink.
So I'm not understanding. What is it?
Mr. Bradley? Mr. Maskey?
Yes.
Mr. Dink?
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Discussion?
Yes, go ahead.
I just wanted to make a point. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just so you're aware that even though it's denied and remanded, you can still try to work with the city, talk to the inspector, come up with a plan, possibly. You know, it doesn't mean you can't still try to work with the city. So just be aware of that. And we definitely encourage it. So reach out to the inspector and see what we can come up with. Okay.
And so what is it that I'm not sure what to do next or what to.
Reach out to the inspector and talk to them to see if you can come up with a plan that he or she would find agreeable.
Is this inspector, I don't know, there is somebody by the name of Cheryl Gregg. She's the one that I've been kind of dealing with?
So the inspector on the is Branko Madancic.
My computer, everybody's got a.
Or I'm sorry, you're correct. It's Cheryl Gregg. I apologize.
Yes, and they also asked me to do a registration for a bacon or something like that, which I did, and
They're moving on.
yes,
Yeah, so just speak with them,
with them and then,
with Cheryl.
so, okay, I understand that part. So what,
If you want, Mr. Chairman, I'm going to instruct them to go outside if they want to continue this discussion so the board can continue on with its docket since this concluded. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay,
thank you.
all right.
Thank you so much. I do appreciate it.
Okay. Next docket was housing docket A 210-25 6721 Edna Avenue, and it has been withdrawn. Next docket is housing docket A 211-25 1354 West 93rd Street, and it has been withdrawn. Next docket is housing docket A 213-25 3080 Warren Road.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is condemnation of the main structure and garage issued on July 24th, 2025. Appeal was received August 21st of 2025, requesting for 30 days to complete abatement of the violation. Present for today's hearing, Assistant Chief Billing Official Glenn Murray, Dan Jacobson, and Russ Gates, Division of Code Enforcement, Department of Law. Will the applicant or his or her attorney and or representative please state your first and last name and your relationship to the property for the record?
My name is Dave Nixon. The property ownership is Warren 3080, LLC. I'm the managing member. That was transferred into that entity's name in, I think, March 13th of 2025. Prior to that, I've owned the property since March of 1996.
Okay. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth?
I do.
Okay. Go ahead and proceed.
So my home had a fire on July 17th. It was a pretty significant fire, but the structure's intact. I had it boarded up that weekend, probably the next day, I think on the 18th. And I have an insurance company. It's with Foremost Insurance. And the nature of the policy is it's not a replacement cost policy. I'm not sure how familiar everyone is with the differences between policies, but it's a cash value policy. And as such, I was unaware prior to this, but apparently there is depreciation and things of that nature that have to be taken into consideration. Therefore, I hired a general insurance adjuster who is working with Foremost, and they've indicated that not to disrupt or touch anything till that process is done. I do have a letter. On Monday, he gave me a letter indicating they're still in that process. Hopefully, it should be completed soon. But I do have a letter to submit to you all on that, in that regards. I don't know if I give that to someone here, but okay, I can submit 3 copies of this. These 3 copies. That's just nothing to the status of the insurance claim process. And again, I was indicated not to disrupt the fabric of the property. However, I have done a fair amount of legwork on the front end in terms of I met with an architect who's walked the property with me. I've had the property secured. Obviously, I mentioned boarded up. I've had several general contractors go through, give me quotes on things that are going to be done in the remediation renovation process. I've gotten quotes on some significant windows that I had initially put in that were triple pane for sound and things of that nature. I did do a fall cleanup, so to speak, and of course, a couple weeks later, it was, additional foliage that had fallen. But I get to the property probably on the average of twice a week to make sure it's secured. And I'm intent on renovating as soon as possible, and have lined up a lot of the elements that are going to be necessary to do that. In regards to the housing department, I did speak with Inspector Barkus, maybe the day or day after the fire. He indicated to file that he was going to issue these complaints and that I would file with your board for an extension. I did that. And then after I filed a 30-day extension, I contacted the department and they said, you're going to go in front of the board, which is obviously now, and I appreciate your time. So having said all that, I can give you any feedback as to what I have done, what I intend to do, but clearly it's going to take time to renovate this property. I'm kind of all over the place, but I've also reached out to Councilman Slife's office and touched base with his assistant and let her know what's going on. I've talked to all the adjacent neighbors and one across the street, let them know what's going on. And that's kind of where I'm at. I don't know if there's, I'm sorry. Inspector Barkus indicated there was a violation, an additional response to the violations that was recently issued that I did receive. He called me on Monday and I did speak to him, and he was, I don't know, maybe I can use the words apologetic on that notice that I have with me from the housing court, indicating that he felt that somehow that was slipped through the cracks, that shouldn't have been issued in that manner, that he would look into it. I hope I'm not speaking out of line in terms of what he's told me, but I guess bottom line with my conversation with him is I've indicated to him, and I'm trying to make you all aware that I'm taking steps to renovate the property, lining up the trades and things that are necessary to do that. I've talked to my adjuster and said, listen, I know you said not to disrupt it because of some of the, I don't want to say it's a historic property, but it was at one point a barber shop, and it was the owner that I purchased it from lived in the house and ran his barber shop out of the side. So it's got a history in the neighborhood. And, I would like to use this opportunity of obviously an unfortunate situation to polish up the property and make it, more appealing to the neighborhood. It is a highly visible property right on Warren Road.
Okay, Mr. Is it Nixon or Mixon?
Yes, sir. Yes, Nixon.
Okay. What we have before us is a condemnation of the main structure in the garage. And so what we're looking at is how much time you think you need to abate the violation.
So, I think for a full process like this, I think it's going to take upwards of a year to really fully renovate the property, get all the mechanicals and things in order. I've mentioned that I did speak with and have engaged Chris Toddy as an architect to oversee some of that process. So
you're asking for a year. Let me go over to Mr. Murray and see what he has to say.
Mr. Chairman, to the appellant, what is your plan for the building when it's all done?
Just to allow it to be a residential property where it can be occupied. I had some ideas prior to this fire, and I think I have the date. It was like on middle of March. I met with the contractor of the idea of, hey, I wanted to, again, it was a barber shop at one point, and I felt like that side of the property could really have been utilized a little bit more if there was an addition. That's obviously been scrapped at this point, but
That's fine. Mr. Chairman, the building department would have no objection to a year. However, this project is going to require building, mechanical, electrical, and plumbing permits. I recognize that the applicant is really not permitted to get in and mess with the property, but at this point, there is no reason why he can't apply for these permits within the next 30 days.
Okay. Okay. And generally, I mean, we usually don't go out to a year, but if you're feeling that's something we can do, then apply for the permits by January 16th to obtain some of these permits, 30 days, 2026. And I guess we'll give it to
Mr. Chairman, would 6 months be adequate? And then if work is moving on, the permits, then open permit will take care of additional time?
Absolutely. I think that's a good move. To June 16th, 180 days, 2026 to abate the violations. And if work is proceeding on, that more time can be granted. Motion.
So moved.
Okay, moved by Mr. Maskey,
Second.
second by Mr. Dank.
oh, that's correct.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Okay, notice will be sent out within 2 weeks. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, the next docket is housing docket A 216-25, 13317 Benwood Avenue.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is a condemnation of the main structure in the garage issued on November 15th of 2021. Appeal was received August 26th of 2025. Applicant did not specify how much time was needed to correct the abatement of the violation. The board also acknowledged the written statement from the city of the motion to dismiss. Present for today's hearing, Assistant Chief Billing Official Glenn Murray, Dan Jacobson, and Russ Gates, Division of Code Enforcement, Department of Law. Will the applicant or his or her attorney and/or representative please state your first and last name and your relationship to the property for the record?
Good morning, Jeffrey McGaffick, attorney on behalf of Benwood LLC.
Okay, are you the only one that was,
Jeff,
given
Jeff, sorry,
testimony?
this is not the property. It's
Oh,
lot 7
I
lines.
apologize, Mr. Chairman. I'm in the wrong case here. Let me sign
Okay.
back out.
Yeah, no problem. Okay,
Good morning. Oh, go ahead.
we got to get the name of who's ever on here. I can't hear him.
Okay, could you hear me now?
Yes, that's better.
Okay, good morning, members of the board.
Hold on, we're gonna see, we gotta have to swear you in first, okay? You're Mr. Griggs?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Griggs, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth?
Yes, I do.
Okay, hold on just a moment. So the board has reviewed the appeal and the request by the city to deny the motion to hear this, and the board has decided to deny the request of the motion to the city to dismiss, and we find the appeal is timely and we're going to hear it. Motion.
Thank you.
To deny, the city's request to dismiss.
So moved.
Okay, moved by Mr. Dank,
Second.
second by Mr. Maskey.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Okay, Mr. Griggs, you can proceed.
Morning, Chair and members of the board. My name is Augusta Griggs, property manager for Tracy Properties LLC, owner of 13317 Benwood Avenue, Cleveland, Ohio. This appeal concerns a current condemnation and demolition action, not a challenge to a 2021 notice of violation. Tracy Properties LLC did not own the property in 2021 and was not served notice of any violations or condemnations at that time. Under due process principles, an appeal period cannot run against a party who was not the owner and did not receive notice. The city issued a new owner letter dated August 12, 2025, pursuant to Cleveland Codified Ordinance 3103.09E4C and 367.04D, requiring submission of a rehabilitation plan and permits. The letter does not contain a finding that the structure is currently unsafe, nor does it ordain demolition. The city has also confirmed in writing that this property is not being demolished at this time, and that the remaining issues is permitting records corrections, not hazardous conditions. The property is a two-family structure with active gas, water, and electrical service, and one unit is currently occupied. No finding of imminent danger, structural failure, fire hazards, or unsafe conditions have been issued as required under Ohio Revised Code 715.26. Permits for electrical, plumbing, and HVAC work were issued and inspected over multiple years, including after 2021. The property has changed ownership multiple times, and permit records with prior owners. Permits attached to the property address, not ownership identity, and any inspection approvals are not invalidated by later ownership changes. The city requests that the current owner pulls new permits is an administrative requirement to reconcile records, not evidence that the work was unapproved or unsafe. For these reasons, the appeal concerns a current administrative action, and the board has jurisdiction to hear it. No stationary or factual basis exists for demolition under the applicable code.
Well, we said we would hear your appeal, so go ahead.
The record established the following undisputed facts. First, Tracy Property LLC did not receive notice of any 2021 violation or condemnation, and therefore could not have appealed at that time. Under procedure due process, enforcement actions may not be finalized against a party without notice and an opportunity to be heard. Second, the city's August 12, 2025 new owner letter requires rehabilitation planning and permitting, not demolition. The letter confirms the city intends to allow compliance under Cleveland Codified Ordinance 3103.09 and 367.04. Third, the city has confirmed in writing that the property is not being demolished at this time, and that the outstanding issue is permit record correction. Fourth, the structure is occupied, secured, and served by utilities, and no finding of a dangerous or unsafe condition has been issued as required by Ohio Revised Code 715.26 or Cleveland Codified Ordinance 3103.09. Fifth, an unclosed or mismatched permits results from ownership changes and incomplete historical records, not from unsafe construction. Administrative discrepancies do not satisfy the legal standard for condemnation or demolition. Accordingly, there is no jurisdictional bias to dismiss this appeal and no stationary biases for demolition. Tracy Property LLC requests that the board deny the city's motion, retain jurisdiction, and allow reasonable time for administrative permit reconciliation consistent with the city's own written directives.
How much time do you need, sir?
Sir?
Well, if there is something that needs to be done, is there anything that you have to do that you think you need time to do? This is what the board is here for.
Things been completed.
Well done. Okay,
completed.
all right, Mr. Murray.
Mr. Chairman, the current owners are in the unfortunate event of purchasing a property after the owner pulled a residential building permit and didn't really understand the extent of his responsibility. So at this point, we're just trying to clean up the previous owner's mess that he left. The applicant, in their packet, the request for relief, they've asked for the building department housing to allow licensed contractors to file limited completion permits to close out the work without requiring full installation. The building department has no objection to that. At this point in time, their HVAC permit has final and complete. Right now, their plumbing permit, their plumbing inspection was rough-in only, and their electrical inspection was rough-in only. And the building permit, the final building permit was never closed. So we would ask that the LLC have a contractor pull a final permit for have a contractor pull a building permit to allow the final completion inspection that they're asking for. And also they need a final plumbing and electrical inspection. So a plumbing permit and an electrical permit will both need to be pulled. But we do not expect any requirement for tearing up the existing fabric of the house. These will just be visual inspections.
Okay, so they just need some time to be able to do that.
Mr.
Yes.
Chairman, I'm sorry, and these inspections, when they're turned in, they will result in a final C of O for the property, and that should close up everything that's remaining.
Okay. Okay, so is that all understood? Mr. Griggs?
The city has confirmed that this matter concerns administrative permit correction, not unsafe condition. The time needed is a reasonable period required to obtain and close the required permits as directed by the permit department. Streets Department LLC will proceed promptly and in compliance with the timelines and established by the city once the permit requirements are confirmed.
I think they're just looking for final inspections on the plumbing, the electrical, and for everything. And so that you just have to have the inspector come in and do a visual on all this. I'm looking to have it removed off a demolition list. Oh,
Mr. Chair, the applicant,
It shouldn't be on no difference.
yeah, hold on. That's a legitimate request, Mr. Murray.
Mr. Chairman, to the applicant, yes, I have been with the Demolition Bureau yesterday. Your project is definitely not on the demolition list. It has been removed. The Director of Demolition is well aware of the current high quality condition that your property is in.
Okay, very good. Okay, so how much time do you need, Mr. Griggs? How much time?
Time to do what? Because they wanted me to pull permits, HVAC, plumbing, and all this stuff. Knock out all this stuff has been completed. So what permits do they want me to?
Just to get final inspection.
Mr. Chairman, to the appellant, we're looking for a residential building permit, a plumbing permit, and an electrical permit. And you're going to list the amount of work, the value of the work as zero on all of those permits. So you'll be charged the absolute minimum that we can charge for any of those permits. And each of those will have to be pulled by, the general contract, a licensed contractor will need to pull each of those permits, a plumbing contractor, an electrician.
Okay, how much time? That's what we're looking for.
The work have already, hold on 1 minute, sir.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
while we're waiting, I should have spoken earlier and I did not. I was wondering if you could provide a reason for the denial of the motion to dismiss.
You did. Mr. Chairman, you did when you said you found it timely filed.
Yes.
In general, It's found it timely.
Hold on. Mr. Chairman, I would advise you not proceed down this path. You've ruled on that matter.
We have, yes.
Okay, thank you.
May I finish? May I respond now?
Yes, Mr. Griggs, go ahead.
For the record, Tracy Property LLC understands the city's requirement to pull electrical and plumbing permits for the purpose of administrative record correction. The original work was performed and inspected under prior permits during early ownership period. The requirement to pull new permits does not reflect a finding to unsafe conditions, but rather the need to reconcile historic permits records following multiple ownership changes. Tracy Property LLC will comply with the permitting requirements within time established by the permitting department.
Okay, well, I think the problem was they didn't get final inspections on things, and so it was passed along without that being done. And that's when I guess you purchased. But you're going to have to clean that area up by doing what the building inspector is requiring.
But all permits was pulled prior to we purchased the house.
Mr. Chairman, this is Patty. If I may, I'm hearing the parties agree that the administrative cleanup permits are necessary and will be acquired. If the board gives the docket time to do a definite time statement of when to do that, I believe that will satisfy the parties, unless I'm hearing wrong. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, due to the upcoming holiday season, would 60 days be adequate for the appellant to find the contractors to pull the permit and get the inspections?
Mr. Griggs, would you February 16th work?
Hold on, say it one more time. What he said.
You need to get the contractors to pull these, okay? And you're looking at February 16th, 60 days to abate that.
Hold on 1 minute, sir, before I respond.
Call the motion.
All right, a motion is in order for February 16th, 60 days, 2026 to abate the violations.
I want to speak for the record.
You can speak after. You can speak after. Go ahead, Mr. Maskey.
So moved.
Okay. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Dank has a second. Okay.
Mr. Bradley? Oh, okay.
Yes.
They say I got what?
Letting him speak during discussion, Mr. Chairman, or are you going to go to a vote?
Mr. Griggs, you have one more thing you want to say?
Yes. For
Go ahead.
For the record.
Go ahead.
Tracy Property LLC understands that the city required licensed contractors to pull the necessary electrical and plumbing permits in order to administer, close, and reseal the permit record. Tracy Property LLC retained licensed contractors to pull the required permits and complete administrative close out process within a reasonable time period established by permitting department.
Well, you're given time right now.
Call the vote.
Permit administration, not to a finding that the structures is unsafe or in violation of Ohio Revised Code 715.26.
Mr. Murray, they're not in violation of anything other than completing this, correct?
Correct.
Okay, call the roll.
Mr. Bradley?
Yes.
Mr. Maskey?
Yes.
Mr. Dink?
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher?
Yes. Okay, notice will be sent out within 2 weeks. Thank you, Mr. Griggs. Next docket is housing docket A217-25, 4250 West 38th Street.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is exterior maintenance. Issued July 29th of 2025. Appeal was received August 26th of 2025, requesting 6 to 9 months to complete abatement of the violations. Present for today's hearing, Assistant Chief Billing Official Glenn Murray, Dan Jacobson, and Russ Gates, Division of Code Enforcement, Department of Law. Will the applicant or his or her attorney and/or representative please state your first and last name and your relationship to the property for the record?
Good morning, everyone. George Karaman, owner.
Okay, Mr. Karaman, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth?
I do.
Okay, go ahead and proceed.
Thank you. The reason for the time frame, we already started. We scraped the whole garage, weather changed. We removed, the steps so we can replace them. All the materials were purchased. A lot of the work is mostly painting. Everything around the property was cleaned up. Overgrown trees, bushes, and everything was cleaned up. Now it's just a matter of, like I mentioned, the materials are purchased. It's just installing them back. Obviously, the weather hasn't been the best to do that. That's why we're requesting time to properly paint. It requires usually a certain amount of degrees for the paint to properly cure. Being in Ohio, for a period of time, we don't know how the weather is going to hold off any day. So, sometimes it goes to March or, April, as last year we had, I think, in April snow, if I'm not mistaken. So that's basically the reason for the time, so we can properly finish the painting as needed and, work with the inspector to finalize this and taking care of the issues in a timely manner. And that's why we requested the time frame, making
Do you
sure
live
that
here,
we have,
sir? Do you live here?
not yet, no.
But you're going to?
That's the plan if, once everything is finished, yes.
Okay. All right, Mr. Murray.
Mr. Chairman, the building department has no objection to the requested 6 months.
Okay, motion is in order to grant the appellant to June 16th, 180 days, 2026, to abate the violation.
So moved.
Okay, moved by Mr. Maskey,
Second.
second by Mr. Denk.
Mr. Bradley?
Yes.
Mr. Maskey?
Yes.
Mr. Dink?
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher?
Okay, notice will be sent out within 2 weeks. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Next docket is housing docket A, 218-25, 12033 Dove Avenue.
Good afternoon. Good morning still. This is Robert Levine. I represent the owner.
Okay, Mr. Levine, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth?
Yes, I do.
Okay, go ahead and proceed.
The majority of the violations are done. I spoke with the inspector the other day and we just have to finish the railing outside. Everything is done on the inside. She just has to get in. There were some timing conflicts. It's vacant right now, so maybe another 60 days tops. You can even do 30. It's really basically done. She probably put in of it. The outside stuff was done.
All righty, Mr. Murray.
Mr. Chairman, the building department would have no objection to an extension.
So we'll give you a 60 days, February 16th, 2026, to abate the violations.
Thank you.
Motion?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Maskey,
Second.
second by Mr. Denk. Okay, we'll send a notice out within 2 weeks.
Appreciate it.
Mr. Bradley?
But go ahead.
Mr. Bradley?
Yes.
Mr. Maskey?
Yes.
Mr. Dink?
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher?
Yes. Okay, notice will now be sent out within 2 weeks.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All righty.
All right. Bye-bye.
Next docket is housing docket A, 219-25, 17709 Garden Boulevard.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is exterior maintenance. Issued on July 31st, 2025. Appeal was received August 28th of 2025. Applicant was requesting 6 months to complete abatement of the violation. Present for today's hearing, Assistant Chief Billing Official Glenn Murray. Dan Jacobson and Russ Gates, Division of Code Enforcement, Department of Law. Will the applicant or his or her attorney and or representative please state your first and last name and your relationship to the property for the record?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. My name is Lylon Bruton. I am the owner of the property.
Okay, Ms. Bruton, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth?
Yes, I do.
Okay, go ahead and proceed.
Yes. My issue was that I did not have the funds to start the work on the property. However, I have raised the funds since then. So I'm requesting 6 months to hire contractors and get the violations corrected. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Murray.
Mr. Chairman, to the appellant, do you live in this house?
No, I don't.
Mr. Chairman, the building department has no objection to the requested 6 months.
Okay, motion is in order to grant till June 16th, 180 days, 2026 to abate the violations. Motion?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Maskey.
Second.
Second by Mr. Bradley.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes, notice to be sent out within 2 weeks.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Next docket is housing adjudication order, docket A 278-25-11100 Superior Avenue.
Good morning. Good morning. It is still morning, I think.
Application fees are in order. This is an adjudication order to a B permit, B as in boy, 2500-1268-1. Issued on October 15th, 2025. Appeal was received November 7th, 2025. Applicant is requesting a variance to section 903.3.1.2 of the OBC number 2. Present for today's hearing, Assistant Chief Billing Official, Clem Murray, Dan Jacobson, and Russ Gates, Division of Code Enforcement, Department of Law. Will the applicant or his or her attorney and or representative please state your first and last name and your relationship to the property for the record?
Brian Grambort, I'm the architect of record.
Okay, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth?
I do.
Okay, go ahead and proceed.
All right, thank you. Appreciate your time this morning, board chair and board members. As stated, I am requesting consideration for a code variance for the development known as Cleveland Emerald Senior, located at 11100 Superior Avenue. Just giving you a little bit of context, this is a new construction, low-income housing tax credit development with 62 one-bedroom units designated for chronically homeless seniors and veterans. Next slide, please. Is there another slide? Should be a site plan. Well, these are the fire suppression design documents, but the development was originally submitted to the Department of Building and Housing. It did receive plan approval earlier this year and is currently under construction. Following that approval, I submitted to the Department of Building and Housing this request to revise the building's proposed fire suppression system, changing it from an NFPA 13 system to an NFPA 13R system, as it is an apartment building. This revision is not allowed by the current building code, which I acknowledge. It's actually why I submitted the revision so that I might bring this code issue to the attention of this board and ask for consideration. I would add that this code issue is unique to this development in that it is unique to new construction, 4-story R2 multifamily or mixed use developments. I believe there are quite a lot of those these days. What you're seeing here is the fire suppression design drawings showing the layout of each floors. In particular, kind of the middle right is the attic space under the required NFPA 13 system, which the project was approved with. Concealed spaces such as floor truss spaces and attic areas must be protected by the fire suppression system, especially particularly when made of combustible materials. With the proposed NFPA 13R system, those areas are exempt. The attic of this building being unconditioned would require a dry system or glycol system to protect it from freezing temperatures. If you go to the next slide here. Go past that, sorry. Oh, is that it?
Yes.
Okay. Well, one of the documents I submitted, hopefully you've seen it, is an article dated December 15th, 2022, written by the National Fire Sprinkler Association, which is really the primary voice, so to speak, of the fire sprinkler industry throughout the country. This article summarizes changes to the different versions of the International Building Code, specifically related to this section of the code, fire suppression, and which, some of which the Ohio Building Code versions are based on. The article includes 2015, 2018, 2021, and 2024 versions, noting in particular that the 2021 version of the International Building Code is what our current 2024 Ohio Building Code is based on. So if you all have that article, hopefully you do, the first item to note is under the 2021 IBC summary. It states that section 903.3.1.2 was modified again to limit NFPA 13R systems by 3 specific requirements. In particular, the second item notes, quote, "The floor level of the highest story is 30 feet or less above the lowest level of fire department vehicle access," end quote. NFSA comments below that, quote, "The problem with this revision is condition number 2 limits most residential buildings protected with an NFPA 13R system to no more than 3 stories in height," end quote. The second item to note is under the 2024 IBC summary, which includes NFSA's comments in that, quote, "NFSA's codes and standards team submitted a code change for the 2024 IBC that was approved to modify that same section again and increase the 30-foot height requirement to 45 feet for group R2 occupancies." And then further down, the 2024 change allows NFPA 13R for 4-story buildings. It's important to clarify that this change is only applicable to group R2 occupancies, not group R1. Based on typical floor ceiling assemblies, the ceiling heights found in apartment buildings, the 30-foot requirement inadvertently limited NFPA 13R systems to 3 stories, which was not the intent, end quote. So I confirm that the current Emerald Senior Development has no extenuating circumstances that would otherwise require a full NFPA 13 fire suppression system. If this development must maintain the full 13 fire suppression system as it was approved under, then the affordable housing development and owner would be forced to bear the increased cost, not only for the more extensive NFPA 13 system, which is, we have hard pricing for $100,000, but also a fire pump due to low city water pressure and an emergency generator, both of which budget at around $142,000. All in, we're approaching $250,000. There is also the expected future operations hardship of maintaining sprinkler heads throughout all of these concealed spaces, which absolutely would require replacement in 15 to 20 years. We request this consideration on this issue as the ICC, who developed our model codes, as well as industry experts, have all agreed that this requirement unintentionally and inadvertently restricts 4-story R2 occupancy buildings, while future code versions have corrected this mistake. So based on that, I again thank you for your time and welcome any questions.
Mr. Murray.
Mr. Chairman, to the appellant. So I heard you right. You're going to save $242,000 because the project was approved as a 13 system and you're going back to an NF. You're requesting to go to a 13R system.
That is correct.
Okay. What are the ages of the people you expect to be living here?
I believe it's 55 and older.
Okay. Are we expecting any mobility impaired people on walkers, people on canes?
Potentially, we do have accessible apartments, as most or all are to new construction occupancies.
Okay, but it's a senior housing complex.
It is senior independent living. It is
Okay.
not assisted.
Mr. Chairman, to the appellant, because a 13R system, we're expecting to lose the building and the 13R is only supposed to last long enough to evacuate the building. Will the age and mobility issues significantly increase the amount of time it takes to evacuate the building?
I don't believe so. Compared to any other independent multifamily mixed-use building would have a similar number of disabled.
They do not make any kind of allowance for the Rs. It's only when you get into the Is or the care facilities that's an issue. Mr. Chairman, the building department probably would have granted this had it been submitted as an alternatively engineered design because it's going to be implemented in some future code cycle. Therefore, we have, with the caveat of potential mobility issues, increasing the evacuation times, we have no issue with, we have no objection to going to a 13R system.
Board members, any comments?
No, with the impending, well, to the appellant, through the chair to the appellant, I'm understanding this has been submitted to ICC and it is corrected in the 24 edition of the ICC?
That's correct. 2024 IBC, International Building Code, allows this. Now, the language is a little bit different. They don't regulate the height of the building by the floor. They regulate it by the roof, and like an eave, in this case, of the building would be not more than 45 feet above that lowest level of fire department vehicle access, which this design is compliant with.
Mr. Chairman, to the appellant, please excuse me. So how many feet are you talking about over the 30 feet?
For our current.
That you're asking this variance for?
I don't have the exact number. It's let's see. I mean, based on the new 2024 IBC, we are 42.5 feet, but you're talking about the top floor.
The actual variance you're asking for, was it, you're allowed 30?
I can look it up. I can get online and look it up, but I don't have it in front of me right now.
Does 33 sound right?
It's in the range, yeah.
Want the board to know exactly how many feet the variance is looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Through the chair to Mr. Murray, it is noteworthy that the building will conform to being below the 45 feet that the new ICC, the new IBC regulation will require of a maximum of 45 feet.
That is correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have no objection to granting the variance myself.
Okay, so with the city, with no objection from the city, the board will move to grant the NFP 13R system to be used, and grant the variance. Motion?
So move.
Moved by Mr. Bradley,
Second.
Second by Mr. Dank.
Mr. Chairman, can you clarify what should be written in the resolution, please?
To clarify what, okay, that the variance would be to use an AFP 13R system is what they're asking for.
Okay. Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Okay, notice is going to be sent out within 2 weeks. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate your time. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Okay, we do have a couple of reopens here. We can start with housing docket A 122-25 4270 Valley Road.
Hi there.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is interior and exterior maintenance issued on April 10th of 2025. Appeal was received May 6, 2025, requesting for 60 days to complete abatement of the violation. Present for today's hearing, Assistant Building Official Glenn Murray, Dan Jacobson, and Russ Gates. Division of Code Enforcement, Department of Law. Will the applicant or his or her attorney and/or representative please state your first and last name and your relationship to the property for the record?
Hi, Seth Task, Property Manager with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Professional Realty.
Mr. Task, do you swear and affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth?
I do.
Okay, go ahead and proceed.
Sure. Thank you for the opportunity. So the extension was asked for because the property tenant was denying access to the property, was in arrears of their rent by over 12 months. The tenant actually was not even the leaseholder. The leaseholder had died a year and a half earlier, didn't tell our client or the property management company, and was denying access. They're the ones who actually called and placed violations on the property. They actually caused a lot of the violations on the property. In any case, fast forward, they finally exited the property at the end of September. And then at that point, it was completely, I mean, it was basically a hoarder house. We were not able to ever get into the property for that tenant, even to do any work related to anything at all, any of their complaints or lead safe certification or any of that. So finally, at the end of September, we were able to analyze the property. Work has been performed. The electrical permit number E2503945 was pulled, and all the electrical work is done. Most of the interior work is done. There's a couple last things that need to be completed in the basement, and then it'll be ready. But we're still waiting for the building department to close out the electrical permit. They've been called by the electrician. I texted him this morning. He still has not heard on an inspection time. The electrical work was done about 10 days ago, finished about 10 days ago. So we're just respectfully requesting another, I would say probably 60 days, with being the holidays, to finish up the work in the basement.
Okay. Let's see, Mr. Murray.
The building department would have no objections to an extension. However, all the work is inside work, so it's not really weather related. Is 60 days really overkill?
Well, Yeah, so let me, while it's not exterior work, we have to find a mason. I don't know why it's difficult to find masons nowadays, but I have not been able to get somebody in there to estimate the interior tuck pointing. But we will get somebody in there. I mean, I hear what you're saying. I mean, our client's out $15,000 in just lost rent and issues caused by this horrendous tenant. So I mean, we're asking for 60 days. If you'd be gracious enough to grant it, especially with the holidays, we'd appreciate it.
Mr. Chairman, the building department has no objection to 60 days.
Okay, motion is in order to February 16th, 2026, to abate the violations. Motion?
So moved.
So moved.
Okay, moved by Mr. Bradley, second by Mr. Denk.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Okay, notice to be sent out within 2 weeks. Thank you.
Thank you. Happy holidays, everyone.
Happy holidays. Next docket is housing docket A 136-25, 3963 East 71st Street.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is exterior maintenance. Issued on May 5th of 2025. Appeal was received May 29th, 2025, requesting for 6 months to complete abatement of the violation. Present for today's hearing, Assistant Chief Building Official Liam Murray, Dan Jacobson, and Russ Gates, Division of Code Enforcement, Department of Law. Will the applicant or his or her attorney and or representative please state your first and last name and your relationship to the property for the record?
Samantha Evans, homeowner and occupant.
Okay, Ms. Evans, do you swear or affirm the truth, the whole truth? You do? Okay, so proceed.
I'm requesting more time just for financial reasons. I'm a mother of 4. It's just I can only work when the kids are at school. So it's hard to come up with the funds. I have done some of the work. I know the inspector was back out on the 20th and he did note that there was progress. So I am doing it. It's just kind of hard with financial reasons.
How much more time you need?
I was hoping I could get about a year, mainly because the roof, I'm trying to get in contact with someone that could help me with it because redoing a roof is really expensive and I just don't have the funds. So I was in contact with the Cleveland Housing Network. They said they don't have the funds. So for me to raise it myself will take time.
Okay, you live here, is that correct?
I do.
Okay. Mr. Murray.
Mr. Chairman, the building department has no objection to the requested 6 months or whatever the board sees fit.
So we're going to grant to June 16th, 180 days, 2026 to abate the violations. And if more time is needed, so be it.
Okay.
Motion?
So
moved.
Moved by Mr. Maskey, second by Mr. Denk.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Notice will be sent out to you within 2 weeks. Thank you.
Thank you for your time. Thank you.
Okay, next doc is housing docket A 201-25, 7911 Lawn Avenue.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is exterior maintenance. Issued on July 24th of 2025. Appeal was received August 13th of 2025, requesting 90 days to complete abatement of the violations. Present for today's hearing, Assistant Chief Building Official Liam Murray, Dan Jacobson, and Russ Gates, Division of Code Enforcement, Department of Law. Will the applicant or his or her attorney and or representative please state your first and last name and your relationship to the property for the record.
Jeffrey McGaffick, attorney for 7911 Lawn Duplex LLC, and also present is the owner, Ramesh Ramados.
Okay, so for the both of you, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth?
I do.
Okay. And you said
Mr. Chairman,
Ramados-
we may have lost my client, but
Okay.
I can
I'm here.
proceed.
I'm here.
Well,
He's
yeah,
here.
thank you.
Okay. All right, Mr. Ramados, you do swear or affirm to tell the whole truth if you're going to be speaking?
Yes, yes.
Okay. All right. Whoever's going to be talking, go ahead and let us know what the plans are.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The owner basically is in the process of lining up contractors, getting funds together, and I think is almost ready to pull permits to try and complete the repairs. He's requesting 90 days extension. And I also apologize to the board for missing the prior hearing, which is the reason this was reopened. I appreciate your patience.
Okay. So requesting 90 days. Mr. Murray.
Mr. Chairman, the violation was issued in July, so nothing's happened yet, Mr. Chairman, to the appellant?
Ramesh, he's requesting response.
I had trouble coming up with the funds, and I'm actually selling a couple of properties to come up with the funds to take care of these violations. To be honest, that's the situation.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman, to the appellant, the violation notice you have is exterior violations, and it's not indicating that permits will be required. So that should expedite your repairs. And Mr. Chairman, to the appellant, the building department has no objection to the requested 90 days.
Okay, motion is in order to grant to March 16th, 90 days, 2026 to abate the violation. Motion? Moved by Mr. Bradley.
Second.
Second by Mr. Maskey.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Okay, notice will be sent out within 2 weeks. All right, next.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I believe we are done with the dockets, correct? And so we'll move on to approval of resolutions. A100-25, A-128-25, A131-25, A-133-25, A-136-25 through A-141-25, A1-44-25, A-170-25 through A-177-25, A-200-25, A-202-25, A-203-25. Motion?
So moved.
Okay, moved by Mr. Bradley, second by Mr. Maskey.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Approval of minutes for December 3rd, 2025. Are there any additions or corrections?
No.
Motion?
So move.
Moved by Mr. Bradley,
Second.
second by Mr. Maskey.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Is there any other business to come before us?
No.
Are you sure?
Zach.
Yes.
The story of my life. I always remember that scene from what was that, Son of a Woman, when the kid was in and he was explaining about his whole life going on, and he just asked him a question, and all he said, I think it was Al Pacino, says, "The story of my life by so and so." Oh well, yes, that's what we had today.
I missed what happened.
just to confirm, our next meeting is not till January 14th?
That is correct.
Okay.
Okay. Sounds good. We are going to adjourn if there's no further business for us.
Thank you.
Safe
Have a good
travel.
Thank you.
holiday, everyone.
Happy holidays.